We're going to Liverpool. I probably shouldn't have booked this trip because it's going to be my fourth regionals in like 2 months, which means I've spent very little bit of time at home. And after this, I will be spending a lot less time at home as well with Orlando coming up. I went to college there, for those of you who didn't know. So I'll be spending a full week there, seeing some family, seeing some friends. And then I'm heading straight to Australia for about 12 days, which is crazy. And then I'm back for Knoxville. So I'm home all of 4 days in February. But I booked Liverpool because if you guys didn't know, at the time you're watching this, or sorry, at the time of recording, I messed that up. It is my birthday. I turned 27. Please feel free to say happy birthday. You don't have to. But I decided to book this as a birthday trip for myself. And I wanted to see some friends in Europe that I haven't seen in a little bit, that I only get to see at internationals and stuff. So I figured it'd be a fun trip because the East Coast to Europe is not that bad of a flight. And yeah, I heading over there. I tested a lot this week. I tested Lost Box and Mew, and I tried some of these weirder decks that did well in San Diego. Did not like any of them. I unfortunately did not feel comfortable with any of them. And so I think I'm probably going to default to Reggie's at the time of recording this. Reggie's has been really good. I want to try the vacuum that a couple of the players played in San Diego. And I think that there were some really cool techs as well, like Escape Rope. I think Nathan, my round 12 opponent, played it. Or 13 opponent, I don't know. But they played it, and it was a really cool tech. I thought I kind of want to steal that. But yeah, no, I want to play Reggie's again. It's a very powerful deck. I have no reason not to. I've top 16 and top 32 the last two events with it, and might as well run it back, right? So thank you guys for watching, and let's jump into Liverpool.
You know, it reminds me when the Beatles, the four Beatles, us.
From Liverpool.
Yes, we are from Liverpool.
I'm in Iceland. I've got a short layover, about 30 more minutes. I grabbed a quick salmon wrap thing for breakfast, / dinner, / lunch. I don't know, I didn't really sleep on the flight. I slept for about an hour, but I was really uncomfortable, and I kept getting bumped by the guy next to me. So I kept waking up, and I just gave up, and I watched season whatever, Chocochine's Survivor. I'm like episode 6 or 7. It ate up my time, but we've got a short layover, and then we're off to Manchester. We're gonna catch a train to Liverpool, so the journey is not done yet. I have a 2.5-hour flight into a 1.5-hour train. Waiting for gate assignments. This is a very small airport, but it's really nice. This is like one of the coolest airports I've ever been to. Obviously, I haven't had much time to explore it, but I would like to spend an elongated period of time in Iceland at some point, maybe like a week in the future when I'm not doing Pokemon. I have more vacation time. I'm saving it all up for Japan right now. To Manchester. Right now I am taking a train to Liverpool Lime Street. I have to walk like 20 minutes to my hotel. I barely slept on both flights, so I'd like to get some rest when I get to the hotel. It'll probably be almost 1 o'clock by the time I get there, so maybe get some food, sleep for a couple hours, and then figure out my 60, I guess. Just checked into the hotel. It's a little bit tight, a little bit tiny. Got the bed, got the shower. I'm staying with Nico, so I guess we're gonna be cuddling. Yeah, I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna take a quick nap. And it's like 2 o'clock right now. I had to wait to check in, but I'm gonna knock out and then see how I feel in a bit. So I originally planned on sleeping for like 2 hours, hour and a half. I passed out for like 3 because I just slept through my alarm. And someone was shooting fireworks outside, and I was very concerned because they just kept going. They just kept going for like 10 minutes straight. I know I look miserable right now. I'm so tired and hungry. I'm gonna go back out for food once Nico gets here. but it's like 6 p.m. now. So I'm gonna sit down and figure out my 60 or get close to one. And yeah, what a trip it's been. Maybe I should give myself a little bit more wiggle room when I travel like this, but definitely exhausted. Okay, but like, I'm from America. I know Texas. I went to Tesco, picked up some stuff, went for a walk. I just wanted to explore all of Liverpool for what it is. After my nap, picked up some mango monsters. You know how it be. For tournament day, and some bottles of water, just to be safe on the safe side. Couldn't find any protein shakes in the Tesco, but I will go back later, maybe in the morning. Oh, and I had this. This is hype. I had this for the first time, Lucozade, when I came to EUIC in 2017, and it was one of my favorite drinks ever. But I found a zero version, so it has 0 sugars. And I'm enjoying this bottle. It's very good. It's like fizzy lemonade, which is kind of hype. Waiting for Nico still. It's like 10 o'clock now. This guy's still not here. But once he gets here, we're gonna go get some food. Finalize my list and his list probably. And we have a 9 a.m. start time, so it's actually like so much time till I have to go to bed. Yeah, so it's also very cold outside, and I did not come prepared just for the weather. Oh yeah, also I'm playing Reggie's. I don't know segment this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm playing Reggie's. I'm just debating the 60th card slot right now. It's between a 4th path, a rope, or a vacuum, and the logic is that the vacuum and the rope both help in control and flying Pika, whereas the 4th path helps in Mew, Lugia, Lost Ball, like every other matchup realistically. So it's kind of like, do I need the 4th path, or is rope just an overall decent card to win me some of these matchups? And after playing against Nathan in San Diego, I thought rope was a really cool card, so I've been exploring it a little bit more. And yeah, I will make the decision in the morning, probably.
Hi.
My roommate's finally here. He took me straight to the most American restaurant ever.
I have to make you feel at home.
Yes. Hello, it's tournament day. I just showered. Nico is in the shower currently. And then we're gonna get some brekkie and play some Pokemon. I did not sleep amazing because of jet lag. I got up at like 5:30, I think. Went to bed like 1, and I could not fall back to sleep. So I tried for like 20 minutes and then I just sat on my phone. I hope that does not affect my performance today, but it's okay. I have a lot of caffeine. There's a line. That's sick.
Seems like it's impossible.
Than usual, this man says.
Yeah, than usual.
This guy's scamming me. I don't want to wait in the cold. It's freezing. There was no check-in or anything this morning, which is weird. I just did a scam line with this guy. And we just walked in, which is also strange to me. We're out in update 2-0. Round 1, I went up against Lugia. Everything went super in my favor. She had Manaphy and Dunsparce, but it didn't matter. Super slow start on both her parts. My path stuck for a little bit too long, and I was able to just clean sweep round 1. Round 2, I'm against Gudra. Not a good matchup. Game 1, my opponent had a super slow start, and I was able to just capitalize and win the game by like turn 3 or 4. They like just kept using cores, but they like opened Gudra into like no Comfees. It was just bad. And then game 2, I got absolutely destroyed, and then game 3, the rope came in clutch where I was able to save up for a rope Serena turn and take out the Gudra, second Gudra after I Serened the first one on a Hail Mary play, because my hand was pretty bad, but I was like, I'm gonna pull this up and hope that next turn I buy myself a turn, because they had like 3 ropes gone or something, or like 2 switch and like a rope gone, and I was like, maybe this sticks, and it did. So yeah, 2-0.
Cards left, and he had like break 1 the last turn. But
Glad. Wave to the vlog. We're just hanging out. We got pulled. Okay, I'm 3-1 now. You guys might have seen me getting absolutely fisted on stream. I lost game 1 because I just didn't attack till like turn 4 against Dario, but it was pretty clear that he was not really super cognizant about the rope play, even though he knew what he was supposed to do. And so the idea is that I can keep roping him, take prizes, and eventually I can infinite him with the cape and stuff. But game 1 didn't pan out that way. I think we were at like 4 to 6 prizes, and he had double quick shooting up, so I was so cooked. And then they stopped us and took us on stream, where I then got down to one prize because of the ropes. I had him on the ropes. Should have won the game, I think. But there was like 40 seconds left, which is why I conceded, because I knew it was over. And then this round I hit a Weezing Samurott with double Avery, Temple of Sinnoh, and I thought I was so good. But I won. Yeah, this day's been rough. I'm so tired. I want to go to bed. I'm 3-1. 5 more rounds. 4-1. We took out Lugia. Wanted against a very nervous Pokedeck, but yeah. I'm chilling in the creator lounge, thanks to Daddy Ford's privilege. Me and this guy. Vibing. 6-2. We both decided not to ID at 6-1, and he lost, unfortunately. I tied. Had a couple minutes left, but I think we were going to tie anyway. So, yeah, 6-1-1. I'm exhausted. Gonna try to win the last one for some points for tomorrow. Bada bing, bada boom. This guy's like a 12-year-old kid.
What the fuck's the problem, man? Playing with ice.
Playing with ice. Hello, good morning. We're off to day 2. I'm 7-1-1, moving into day 2. Kind of awesome. It's my 4th day 2 in a row. I will be playing only 14 rounds today, which is different from my usual 15. I just need to go 3-1-1. Not a tough task, but still winning 3 out of my 5 games before I lose 2 can be tricky. So we're gonna do our best. Try to pick up those 3 wins, lock my spot in the top 8, and break through that wall that I've been looking for so long. It's a 9 a.m. start time, but again, jet lag got me a little bit. I woke up at 4, chilled in bed until about 5, and then, yeah, just taking a quick walk to get breakfast. My hotel does not serve breakfast, I guess, today. I went downstairs to buy breakfast, the buffet or whatever. It did not exist, so I will not be eating. Nothing like 10-degree weather to wake you up. If I ever go to a city like this again in just a hoodie, someone just beat the out of me. Oh my god. Oh my god, I've been so cold. I don't drink hot chocolate. Started off my day against a Lugia Arc Pika, or not Lugia Arc Pika, Lugia Flying Pika. So it's a little bit scary because the Flying Pika, I think going to Lone Pika at some point, it's really hard for me. But he has to get like Archeops and stuff out, and I know I have rope. So game 1 he kind of braked. He like benched Pika, did nothing, and then I just double sniped it and I won the game. Game 2 he started setting up. But what I did was just, I went for the rope 3 in a play, and I caped my Gigas. So I roped preemptively, I think I remember, to take 1 prize on something, to force him to give me like a Pumpkaboo, something like that, and he did. So his board was like Archeops, Lugia, Pika, and then he goes Pika, attack. But he went Pika boss kill, and then I went, bench the Reggie he knocked out, retreat into Aleki, get the rope back, and he just max ballooned it. I drew off gift, drew into the quick ball I needed for another Aleki, which was really nice. And then I got the Serena rope KO, or rope Serena KO. And then yeah, I pretty much won the game from there because he had to throw up Lugia, and then he tried to establish another Pika, and I think he went into the fly, and he had tails, and I just knocked it out. So 8-1-1, 2 more. Okay, so this round I went against Paolo, a very good player. And I am 9-1-1, I won. He was playing Fusion Mew. Game 1 was really weird. He had like a really bricky start. So I kind of played it slow. I had a Marnie in my hand, but I just chose not to play it because he wasn't doing anything. And then he sidelined 2 cards to the top of his deck, and so I pathed him, and I knew those 2 cards were dead. So I had 3 turns to just set up my board, which I did. And then I got an attack off, and then that 3rd turn he top decked a Cram to play the game. But I got an attack off for a 120 on a Genesect early, and then I was able to do 40-40 to it by using my Lucky twice by taking an Alola as well. So I got down to 3 prizes remaining, and 4 energies on a Gigas, and he already had lost on 1 of each of, I think, Steel and Ice. So if he went ahead and took either of those 2 out, then I just win the game by attaching from hand with Gigas onto the Mew. And he kept digging and digging and digging, and he didn't find anything, and they just went for the boss to kill the Gigas. But obviously, I play 3 Gigas, and I have so many ways to recycle it, so I was able to get it. Game 2, his start was suboptimal as well, once again. And then I drew the hottest I've drawn all day, and I actually got my second turn 1 attack of the entire game with a Drago with a Choice Belt. I literally Dragoed into like 3 cards, and it was like Aurora, Quick Ball, something, and I already had an Aurora in the discard, so I was like able to do all that. And I had 4 Reggies in play, then I researched, and into my research I do Quick Ball, then I shoot into capture, and then captured for the last one. So I got all 6 into play turn 1, knocked out a Mew V, left his board with like Mew, Genesect, like Meloetta with a path in play, and he had like a 5-card hand he drew, and he just conceded immediately. So 9 on 1, 1 more, and I'm in. Lol. I'm actually good.
Let's go!
Well, I don't know why they're still playing.
Yeah.
Nice 15-minute walk, bro. What like 1 hour?
I
hate it here.
If there's ever a Pokemon TCG boxing match, we need to hire Uri Shroff. He was murdered fucking enemy.
There's no way, dude. I've been freezing all weekend. There's an ad in the welcome kits. No, dude.
That's not even good.
Oh. Is that a map? Oh. Oh.
Please put on your seatbelt and the seatbelt sign is on.
Yes, okay. What else we got?
Nothing. This, whatever that might be. And Rahul's favorite Pokemon.
Venusaur. It's 5 a.m. We're leaving. I currently don't have a flight home.
I do.
So we're gonna go to the airport so I can figure that out. I'll explain when I'm there. Normally this is where I do my outro, but if you've been following on Twitter, you've been seeing that I'm having an absolute journey getting home. Around 6 o'clock yesterday, I got an email saying that my flight home was canceled and rebooked. So I was concerned. Gave them a call. They said that they were going to charge me $300 to rebook my flight, which is kind of absurd. And I was like, excuse me? And so I had my dad hop on it because I couldn't really deal with everything on my phone. Dad was able to take care of some stuff. Didn't have to pay anything, we're good. They rebooked me through Heathrow to get home. About 2 hours later than I normally would, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I get to go home. Get to the airport this morning with Nico and the Germans. And their flight was at like 8 a.m. So I was like, you know what, they're Ubering, I don't want to take the train. It's like a much longer journey, so I came with them. And I did, and thank God I did, because I came early. I go to check into my gate, and the attendant is like, there seems to be a problem. One of your legs is not letting us check you in. I don't think it's an issue on our end, so you have to call Virgin Atlantic. I was like, sure. And so I step out of line, and then immediately I see the sign change to 12:05 flight canceled. And so now I'm panicking. I get back in line. I'm in line for about an hour now. And I talk to the lady again, same lady. She says that all the earlier flights, 9:05, 10:05, all of those are completely booked out. Somehow the one flight that I'm on got canceled. And my flight leaves from Heathrow at about 5 p.m. So I'm like, okay, we still have a shot. I just need to get any of the flights. And I was like, what if you put me on the 2:45 p.m. flight? There's a flight. And she goes, you'd be put on standby. And I was like, okay, standby is fine, as long as I can make it. And she goes, I don't think you'll make it. I'm not going to put you on that flight because then it becomes British Airways responsibility. And I was like, what? Okay. And then she's like, well, I'm going to put you on a 7 p.m. flight. And I'm like, then I'm going to miss my connection. And she's like, well, that's not our fault. So once you get there, you have to call Virgin Atlantic and deal with it there. And I was like, what? Like, what is happening? So I then double check everything, all the information I have, and I get like this feeling that there's a chance. And I'm like, wait, these 2 tickets are booked separately. There's 2 different confirmation numbers, meaning that if I miss the first leg, I can still make the second. And Heathrow is about a 3.5-hour train journey from Manchester. Yes, I know. I paid like $90 right now to take the train, minimum, because I still haven't paid for the Heathrow Express one. But I just want to get home tonight. I think being here and paying for a hotel for another night and food and stuff, I just don't want to be here. It's freezing. And I just want to be home. I miss my bed. I just want to be in my house. So I paid $90, or like 70 euros for a ticket to Euston Station, which I'm waiting for, with a seat. And then I'm gonna get to Euston Station and then take that to, take the underground to Paddington to the airport, to Heathrow. And I should be able to make that flight with plenty of time to spare, because I think the latest I'll get there is like 1, if that. But this has become a journey. I'm stressed. I'm pretty anxious, and to top it all off, I didn't even top 8. So I'll talk about my last couple rounds in my tournament report if you guys watch that video. But it's been a journey. Boarded. Finally go.